Traffic, noise, street vendors, unidentifiable smells. Is this New York? All indicators point to yes, but nope, this isn't New York. It's Amman, Jordan. Where are the goat hair tents? Where are the Bedouins on camels? Amman was impressive, but I came to Jordan to find Bedouins. Bedouin. For me, the phrase always conjured up images of Lawrence of Arabia leading nomadic tribes, riding through the desert on camels with flowing scarves. But is my romantic notion of this 5,000-year-old lifestyle just a mirage rising from the blazing desert sand? Or do aspects of it still exist? And if it does, why? I thought to find my answer, I needed to head for the Jordanian sands of Wadi Rum and the rocks of Petra. The very places Lawrence of Arabia traveled. My first invitation into the Bedouin world was a gathering at a local home in the heart of the Dana Nature Reserve. In finally, a goat hair tent, so they really do still exist.
You have like this in America? No.
We were a bit late for dinner. Tonight, a traditional meal of mansef, lamb cooked in yogurt served with Jordanian bread.
Usually when the guests come, we do for them mansef. It's a Bedouin traditional dish. Usually sometimes from chicken and sometimes from lamb or goat. We cook it with the yogurt, dry yogurt. We make it from goat's yogurt. With the rice, sometimes without rice. With a Bedouin bread in the bottom, in the dish. And then above it the meat. The first thing the guests eat, then the people who will stay here later eat. Usually we come, all the people eat together, not separate, as in all them eat together.
We weren't too late for some Bedouin coffee. Here in the desert, coffee is made the way it has been for centuries. Beans are pan-roasted and ground by hand. This isn't Starbucks, but hanging out with my new Bedouin friends felt surprisingly familiar.
Guys, usually when we make grinding the coffee, we do like this one. This one, we do it to tell another people, our neighbors, to come. Because that's no telephone, nothing. Just when you do this sound, anyone here is welcome. This means there is a coffee and there is a new guest to come and there is dinner or lunch like.
No telephone, no text or email. Just ring the bell and your neighbors and friends know it's time for coffee. How cool it would be to have that kind of life. No formality, just simplicity. Maybe we'd had one too many cups of coffee, but on the walk back to the lodge, we stumbled on something none of us could believe. I am not kidding you.
Every person who was walking, like 6 of us, all saw it.
Wild. Freaky,
that was freaky, man.
Looking back, I'm kind of wishing we would have headed back to the lodge in the daylight.
Might as well document the end.
Honey, what did you see?
You guys are just trying to freak me out.
No.
I am not kidding you.
Every person who was walking, like 6 of us, all saw it.
Wild. It looked like a tall,
Like gray-looking something.
7 foot figure, big, tall something, and there was like this, it was like a bluff.
It gives me the chills even thinking about it.
That riverbed, and this thing, I kid you not, whatever it was. I thought it was a person, but then when I saw it,
The way it was going so smooth, so fast.
flying.
So it was like
it was
This
floating.
would have been a man, like in a full-on sprint.
But it didn't have it was like going like this.
Was it an alien?
We have another witness. Witness, get in
You
here.
saw it, you saw it.
it. I've never been seen.
What did it look like, dude?
It looked like a dude running, only fast in pitch black.
And floating.
Yeah.
So I guess I can see how the myth of the Jordanian desert Yeti was born. We arrived at our solar-powered oasis called the Finan Eco Lodge, and it's really mysterious at night. No electricity, lit by candles. I can see how we could have maybe been a little spooked on our walk back. But in the morning, we were able to take in the reality of our surroundings. Finan is rated one of the top eco lodges in the world, and in the light of day, we were able to see why. In retrospect, our Jordanian desert yeti was probably nothing more than an Arabian ibex crossing the desert in the moonlight. Continuing my quest for all things Bedouin, we set out for the rolling dunes in the heart of Wadi Rum. There I met with Rafiq Suleiman, who runs Captain's Camp, and this time we weren't late for dinner.
Whenever you go to a Bedouin tent, there is a part of it which is called Madafa. Madafa is the place that they host their guests. So please, this way.
Okay.
The idea which we kept is to make the people to feel the Bedouin experience. And that's what we are focusing on. We're trying to make it real for everyone who comes here to Wadi Rum.
So now people will come here, they'll come just for lunch, but then they'll also come and stay.
No, mainly they come to stay. They spend mainly they spend one night, and some of them they do like 2 nights. Some they spend more, like 3 nights. Depends on how much they are looking for the experience of Wadi Rum. If you look at the mountain itself and the blue sky, and it's, the nature we have here. We have a desert. We're proud of it. It's not like any other desert all over the world. This meal is normally it's a great welcome for our guests. It's lamb and chicken buried under the sand of Wadi Rum, and it's really tasty in Wadi Rum more than any place else in the world. It's really a very simple way how to cook lamb or chicken, and a remarkable way.
This meal had the festive feel and ceremony of an Arabian luau, but instead of the pig, we had lamb and chicken. It might look simple, like they're just tossing some veggies and meat in the ground, but it's actually a very intricate meal with lots of preparation. The flavor of those pit-roasted meats and fresh vegetables was amazing. During lunch, Rafiq told me about a guest I just had to meet. Her name was Layla.
I had a great experience here in November one night when I was out in the desert with some of the Bedouin. And then one of them started chanting. And as he chanted, my Arabic is no good, and the atmosphere got better and better, and pretty soon they were smiling and they were shouting. And I asked after, can you tell me about the song? And I thought that with the enthusiasm and clearly the love, they must have been talking about their families, but they were talking about the desert. We are Bedouin. We love the desert because of the stars. The stars. We love the desert because of the sand. The sand. We love the desert because of the camels. The camels. We love the... And this went on and on and on. And this oral history tradition of reinforcing their love for the desert,
And clearly you've found that love for the desert now, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not to mention the camels, which I love.
Well, I could see from your necklace there.
Yeah.
Yes, I do too. I don't know what it is. There's just something very endearing about camels. I can't put my finger on it, but there's just something...
They have this noble yet almost disdainful look about them, but they're so happy to have you there, and they will take you along, and they'll protect you, you protect them. They provide shade if you're warm, they provide warmth if you're cold. They'll warn you about danger, they'll take you anywhere, they'll carry anything. They're fabulous.
Yeah, they're remarkable.
Yeah.
She wasn't kidding. Layla loves camels, so much so she actually purchased her own camel. And this is no small feat because a camel will set you back the cost of a Ford Focus.
Which one's
yours?
Layla was gracious and offered me my very first camel ride.
You sort of pitch forwards and backwards. So all you do is grab the front pommel and the back pommel.
Okay.
Hold on, and just know that you're going to rock that way, and then you're up, and then you just sit there.
I'm actually pretty excited because I think camels are really cool. They're really fascinating creatures.
What's his name?
Zach.
Okay, who else is going to get on with me?
back. Hang on. She'll want to stand up. Hold on to the back here. So you don't get, yeah, okay. And stand up. That's
Wow!
There you are. Now, how's the perspective from up there?
Oh my gosh!
Isn't it wonderful? It's much better.
I am like ready to go now.
Akaba.
Fantastic! Good suggestion, Layla. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad you did that. You're going to get some good photos of
That's
yourself up there.
fantastic.
You were looking very happy.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Just different perspective.
I mean, I want to get a picture.